Guys, in this video, we're going to try and fit this servo saver from Yeah Racing onto my Traxxas TRX-4. I know what you're thinking, guys. You're thinking, Kev, it's a crawler. You don't need a servo saver in it. But this one gets a beating. This thing gets aired out. It's killed countless amounts of servos. So it definitely needs a servo saver on there. We're going to try and see if this one's going to work. It might not. We'll see. So here's the part number if anybody's interested. I don't even know if it's going to work yet, guys. But we will soon see. Alright, so here's how it goes together. So we have the adapter plate. I've got a Talbot spline on mine, so we go with the one that's F. Next we have a different series of springs. So small one first, next medium. I don't know if I'm doing this right, but we will see in a minute. That's going to be a squeeze getting that one on. Guys, I'm not actually sure how this is supposed to work. Looking at the picture, you've got 3 different springs. And you put on the small one first, then the medium one over the top, and then the large over the top of that. And I've had a X-ray servo saver like that before, and that's how it works. But I'm now thinking, maybe it's not supposed to be like that. Because I just can't get it on. I've been trying and trying and trying. It will not go on. Or are they different stiffnesses and you're only supposed to run one? Then if you put the large one on, it's just going to flap around. Yeah, so it definitely can't be like that. So it must be small first, medium, but it just won't go on. Can't get it on, guys. Alright, I think I found the knack. You've got to stack them up on here first. And I managed to do that. I've done it off camera, guys, because I was struggling with it for a good 10 minutes. And you've got to literally pinch those together and then you can stack the other ones on top. So now, hopefully, that's going to go on there. Or is that going to be just as tight now? Not going to work. Jesus, guys, this is something else. Alright, I'm going to wrestle with it a bit more and I'll put you back on when I've got it on there. Alright, got it on with a bit of wrestling, a lot of swearing. Pretty much, I'll just put that in there, got the mole grips out, squeezed it, and that kind of spread it apart to go on. Next, we need the Talbot adapter, ball bearing in there, washer, screw, and now we should be able to fit that onto the TRX-4. Alright, so I think I'm going to have to modify this mount a little bit because this is actually a little bit wider than the stock one. So that means it's further down, and what that means is it's going to hit on this panhard rod here. And that's not what we want. So I'm thinking, well, we'll take it out and then we'll have a look. But I'm kind of thinking we're going to have to move this servo up a little bit. We're going to have to cut a bit of this plastic here out to give it clearance. Alright, so new servo horn, and then we want to go really with the same hole spacing as what it was standard, so that's going to be the furthest one out. I'm just going to do it loosely for now, just to see if it works. Yeah, that definitely doesn't fit in there. Drastic measures, we've got to cut this bit here out. Plug him in and see if it actually moves. Ah, problem number 2, it's hitting over here now. So I reckon we're going to have to move that over to that hole there. And then recenter that servo horn so that we're actually 90 degrees to the bolt and not to the horn. So that looks like probably about... Got to get it as near as possible because you want a spline. You can't get it perfect, but get it as close as we can, then we'll have to trim it the rest of the way. Alright, so that's probably as close to 90 as we're going to get. I'm going to bung a screw through here now just to hold it in place. So now I've got to space the servo up because as you can see there, that's hitting on the panhard rod there. When we push the suspension down, that's even worse. So we're going to have to pretty much push that down to maximum compression and then find some spaces that's going to fit under here. So that servo is just going to sit a little bit higher than what it would normally. Alright, so I found these spaces that fit underneath perfectly, but it's got these little ridges on here, so we're going to have to get rid of those. I'm just going to just get a countersink drill and just flatten them off like that. Got these spaces to sit up on here. Alright, so next I need some longer screws because obviously with the spacer it's going to need to be a bit longer. The ones I've got here, they haven't got the bigger head. So I've got these little plastic spacers here. Alright, we're on. So as you can see, I've got the spacers there to make up the space of that. We can push it all the way down and it's not binding on anywhere. That's the servo playing up. I will now that I know there's a servo saver on, I can actually get a decent servo on here, not worry about killing it. And the servo saver action works, look. So hopefully now, guys, I can actually use it and beat it, put a decent servo in there, and not keep killing them all the time. This thing's literally had, I've lost count, but probably 10 servos, 5 to 10 servos. I'm literally every outing I'm doing in the servo. All right, quick test. I mean, it's not really a fair test because this servo is tired. It's kind of lost all its power. So we're definitely going to put a better servo in here, and then we'll take it out and give it a proper test. So we've still got plenty of work to do on this thing. I've still got to sort out this side battery mount. I do like the battery here. It puts the centre of gravity a lot lower, but it's a little bit and the wheel hits it on full lock, so I might actually make something to put there instead. Also, the receiver back box with them servo endpoint adjusters in there, it's quite big and ugly, so I'm going to have to find a different way of doing this and doing it a little bit neater. So it's kind of a bit like an ongoing project, this one. Other project-wise, as you guys probably already know, here's the rear-wheel drive burnout car. And over here, I'm going to build something similar, but this one's going to be front-wheel drive. So we've got aluminium chassis, and the idea is actually to have 2 chassis. Cut them both in half so I can adjust the wheelbase, and then we can run different body shells. So I've got this big pinion here, which is going to be the spur gear. So literally the motor is going to be moved to the front. It's going to have a disc brake on the rear. The MD's getting attacked. Oh, burn out in Hobby Hub headquarters.
hang on, let's see if it can move me. Right.
So loads of content coming up soon, loads of projects, loads of off-roading. We're going to take the crawlers out, we've got more bashing planned. But that's it for this video, guys. So if you like the video, you know what you got to do. Subscribe, bell button, share, like. See you soon. Bye.